What's up, everybody? Ty Bartellin with another edition of Coach's Corner. This time we head to our friends over in Spartan Country, home of the Boardman Spartans girls basketball program. And it's Coach Annie Pavlansky joining me today. Coach, how are we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great myself as well. It's scrimmage season. It's practice season right now for girls and boys basketball alike. From we're talking about this team a year ago, they were really, really solid. And I mean, you talk about a program that started reaching new heights that it hadn't seen in some time. What are you looking at this year? What's standing out to you from the head coaching position?
Yeah, we're really, really proud of how everything went last year and the year that we had. And we know that we have big shoes to fill. We are looking to hopefully do the same thing again, but just continue to play hard, play together. And I think the leadership last year from the seniors, from the coaches, really set a great example for us to try and follow and hopefully do the same thing again this year. But the biggest thing is just having fun playing basketball together and getting better every single day.
That Pavlansky name is in multiple sports. You hear it up and down in all levels. What made Boardman feel like the right fit for you to bring your talents here and to try to lead the Spartans group to some more success?
Boardman's a really, really special place. Really, from my very first interview as just a teacher here, I could just sense that it was a very, very tight-knit community. Despite how big the district is, it doesn't feel that way. It feels very tight-knit. I have felt supported as a teacher, as a coach from day one. So it really wasn't a tough decision for me to reach to want to try and pursue this head coaching job. And I'm really, really excited to be part of it. And I'm honored to have been chosen.
Let's show some spotlight to the girls we're going to be seeing on the hardwood this season too. Some big names that are going to be getting big minutes for the Spartans.
Yeah, we have some letter winners returning this year. We have seniors Sarah Barrow, Ava Freeborough, and Tori Strines. And then another letter winner from last year is Michaela Rivera as well. And we have some juniors coming in too that played some JV, some varsity last year that are going to be looking to get some more minutes. But we're really excited about the group we have coming back. We're, I think, a good mix of returning experience, but also some younger players. So we're really excited about that.
So when we look at all that, what would you say some of the strengths of this team's going to be that you're going to have to rely on to get your wins? What would you say kind of the team identity is going to be this year?
I would say that our team identity is going to be toughness and playing hard every single play. I think that's been our identity the last few years as well, especially last year. And we're going to be looking at the same thing again. Like I said, the seniors, the coaching staff from last year, can't say enough good things about them and the examples that they displayed. And I think the biggest thing with them was their toughness and their togetherness. And we're looking to make that our identity this year again too.
There's no doubt the toughness is going to be needed when you go into the All-American Conference. It's one of the tougher basketball conferences in the area, though it is small. It is mighty too, with the other four teams that are also along the Spartans in the conference play. Looking at the conference too, I feel like it's wide open on both the boys and the girls side. I'm sure a lot of the coaches feel the same way. How are you guys talking about it? How do you guys feel you fit in the conference this year?
Yeah, the conference we know is going to be incredibly competitive again this year. We know that we have a giant target on our back this year after winning the conference last year. So it's just, we have to go back to the basics and treat every single day like it's game day against a Campfield, a Fitch, a Howland, Harding, whoever it might be, because we know that any game, it could be anybody's game for every game in the conference. So we just have to go back to the basics and continue to trust the things that we've been trying to implement every day in practice here.
I know you don't want to look too far ahead. It's a one game at a time mentality, but what are some of the games non-conference wise that kind of excite you this season for the girls to be tested against?
Yeah, we have a great non-conference schedule as well. A lot of great teams. Some of the ones just off the top of my head, we're excited to play a Crestview, see how we match up against a really great team there, and also West Branch. And that comes early on in the non-conference. So we're going to find out real quick what we're made of.
So when we look at this Boardman community, we know that they go out and they support big time too for their teams. What's that like, and what's the community support been like for you now at that head coaching role too, getting settled into your first year here at Boardman?
Yeah, it's been incredible. I can't say enough good things about the community, the support staff between administrators, athletic directors, the community itself, superintendent, board, everyone. I've felt nothing but support the entire time, and that really just has made my job a whole lot easier. And I know our girls feel that support as well. And with that just comes a great sense of pride being a Boardman Spartan.
So when we're talking short term goals, say from like now until game 1, and then we talk long-term goals, say from like now until game 22, what would you say some of the short-term goals and the long-term goals are for the Spartans right now?
Something we've just been stressing to our players as a coaching staff is just to try and get better at something every single day. Keep things very small. We're working through things one day at a time, and making sure that as soon as we step foot to start practice, that by the time practice is over, we've become better at something that day. So just getting better every day, taking things one day at a time, never getting too high, too excited about anything, or too low, and just continue to try to get better. As far as
Okay.
long-term goals go, I would say that our goal again should be to compete in the AAC and win the league again. I think we should dream big, and just continue to go after that goal every single day, game in and game out.
Like I've said before, that Pavlansky name is up and down all over in the world of sports too. We hear it up and down all over the community in the world of coaching. What made you decide to be a coach, though, in particular? What was the selling point for you that made you decide you wanted to do this?
I think it's a very, very rewarding job. Like you said, a lot of family members that are teachers and coaches, and I see coaches as just as teachers as well. And our job is to teach the kids as best as we can. And I was fortunate, obviously, to have both my parents being coaches. I experienced that as a kid, and like I said, it's a really rewarding feeling to see kids get better. And I'm really excited that I feel like I have a lot of experience to offer, a lot of support to offer our girls, because I have been in their shoes before, and I've been a high school basketball player, I've been a college basketball player. So to be able to offer that kind of advice and hopefully make them better, one step at a time, one day at a time, that's a really, really rewarding feeling when you can help them reach their goals.
If you could go back to high school, Annie Pavlansky, what's some things you would maybe do differently with the knowledge you have now?
Oh, that's a good question. I would go back to playing high school basketball today if I could. I would say just not to ever take any day, any practice for granted, because, and this sounds very cliche, but the time goes so fast, and there's going to be a day where you won't wear that jersey again and you won't be playing with that group of girls. So just always to keep that in the back of your mind. And I think that can serve as really great motivation.
When we talk about your team, we also need to talk about the coaching staff that you surround yourself with and that are going to be helping you continue to build this program and continue to set those standards. Who are some of the big names in the Spartans program that you feel need some love and some spotlight?
Oh, there's several, so I could go on and on. But as far as our coaching staff at the high school level, we have Lauren Pavlansky, who is a teacher at South Range. She's helping me as a varsity assistant. Erica DeFrancisco is a new name in the Boardman community as well. She's a teacher in Boardman, and she's going to be coaching our JV team this year. Lauren Gabriel, she's been helping out years past. She's a familiar face again to a lot of these girls, a Boardman grad, as well as Lauren Pavlansky. I think that's really important to have Boardman alumni. And then last but not least is Maddie Alba. She played basketball at YSU, was a point guard. She's helping us out as well. So again, I'm really, really excited about the energy that we have, the knowledge that we can bring to these girls, and the support that we can show, because every single one of us on the coaching staff have been in their shoes as multi-sport student athletes. So we're really excited to get to be with the girls every day and help them get better.
Yeah, I mean, they might not be familiar to the Boardman community, but DeFrancisco's I know pretty well, and they're in the coaching world a lot. They're a lot in the athletic world, and yeah, she definitely is a big one as well. I love that your coaching staff has a lot of former girls basketball players too, and I mean, it's not a knock on the guys in the sport world. I know a lot of really good guy coaches, male coaches in girls basketball, no doubt. But I feel like just having that connection of so many girls and so many women that have played girls basketball that are teaching now and helping coach along, that has to help kind of bridge that gap. And there's got to be more, I feel like, a little bit better, clearer understanding when you have players or coaches that used to be players coaching players.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like I said, it's those like the experience that we bring and the knowledge that we bring that we have been in their shoes. And hopefully we can serve as great role models to them and show them that if they work hard, they can do anything they want, whether it's a goal on the basketball court, off the basketball court, whatever it might be. But just to really be that support system for the girls and be those role models as well.
One of my theme questions for a lot of the coaches this year has been the lessons the game teaches. You talk about being a teacher, you talk about being a coach, and coaches being teachers. You've taught, you teach young ladies the sport, and you teach many young ladies in the sport of basketball how to relate it to life as well. But I want to know what the biggest lesson the sport of basketball has taught you throughout your entire career in it.
Yeah, just thinking back on my career as well. We always say basketball is a long season. I have been playing basketball since I was 5 years old, and played up until I was 23. So it was a long time. And I would say playing basketball at every level tested me a lot. It tested not just my physical toughness, but even more so my mental toughness. And there were some times where I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. But with the support of my coaches, with the support of my teammates, especially, and my family, looking back, I'm like, wow, I can say that I battled through a lot of those points of adversity and some of those hardships. So now at this point, I feel like I could really handle anything. And that gives me a lot of confidence knowing that I got through some of those really tough times where it didn't look like I was going to make it through. But I did. And that, like I said, it helps me give me a lot of confidence moving forward.
What's that Elton John song there, that I'm still standing, right?
Yeah.
Through all of it, right? Coach, one of my final questions for you. Thanksgiving and high school basketball correlate to me because the tip-offs are always right around Thanksgiving time. So I want you to shout out the opening tip-off for you, first game of the season. Tell the Boardman community why they need to support this team this year, but also shout out your favorite Thanksgiving Day dish.
Oh, okay. So our first game is going to be Saturday, November 23rd at Talmadge. It's an afternoon game. And we're looking to win the AAC again this year and compete like crazy. Our toughness, our togetherness isn't going away. We're really, really excited to be wearing that Boardman Spartan jersey every day. I know that every single one of our girls have a great sense of pride. I think our seniors this year are going to be just as much leaders as our seniors were last year. And no doubt we're going to play hard. We're going to play together. And as far as my favorite Thanksgiving dish, I would say I really love cheesy potatoes. Really love cheesy potatoes.
All right, getting some love to the potato realm too. We've gotten a lot of potato themed, I think, dishes that are getting love too. It's all about every family's different how they kind of slice it and dice it up too, but it's always something potato themed that's popular as well. Coach, I'm excited to see what this team looks like this year too. I know you guys are going to be competing like crazy, like you said, for that top spot in the AAC, and I know there's going to be a lot of teams vying for it, but I can expect to see you guys right near the top. I'm excited to see what you're able to do with the Boardman culture and the standards you're able to set there as well.
Thank you so much. We're excited.
We're excited as well. This has been a first edition of Coach's Corner with Annie Pavlansky from the Boardman Spartans girls basketball team.